Hey buddy, watch this.
Hello, hello, Regis Kilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is a deck spotlight on a Jade N'Zoth Shaman created by the incredibly popular streamer Krip. So this is a list that essentially combines two different things in Shaman in the Gadgets and Arrow, which of course are the new Jade Golem mechanics, and Death Rattle synergy with N'Zoth, which is all tied together with the new legendary card, Aya Blackpaw, which is both Death Rattle and Jade Golem. So the big goal here is to play a bunch of Death Rattle minions, particularly Aya Blackpaw, kill off those Death Rattle minions, and then you get to summon N'Zoth to bring your Aya Blackpaw back to life. And the only real weakness that big N'Zoth decks like this have is really good full board clears. So if you play N'Zoth and they just do something like Twisting Nether, often it's hard to get a lot of value back. But with Aya Blackpaw, even if they do that, often at that point in the game, killing Aya Blackpaw is just going to summon a 7/7 or an 8/8 minion that they still have to deal with. So it's not like they ever really took care of your board, and it allows you to just keep pressuring. So she's a really cool board clear, resilient Death Rattle minion. So, you know, of course, there's things like Cairn that do that too, but normally those don't have quite as big of an impact as Aya Blackpaw. So since she's so good in the first place in a Jade Golem deck and has that board resiliency, it really helps a lot. Of course, there's also the new legendary card White Eyes, the new Shaman class-specific legendary, which is also a Death Rattle, so this just hammers home the N'Zoth synergies. And Krip has included a handful of other early game Death Rattle cards as well, like Loot Hoarder, Blood Mage Thalnos, and Mistress of Mixtures, also new with Gadgets and which do give you a few extra options on those big N'Zoth turns. So it is actually possible to get a few too many Death Rattle minions in this deck. You have to be just a tad careful because you have essentially 5 right here, and this is 6, and this is 7. So you might not hit your Aya Blackpaw if you do play every single minion along the way, which could be a small risk, but typically that's not something that's going to happen. So you're going to have really strong N'Zoth the Corruptor turns. There's just the full Jade Golem suite for Shaman. And that includes Jade Claws, Jade Lightning, which is a fantastic card I love a lot, and Jade Chieftain. So when you put all this together, this is clearly a control-style deck, but it still has a lot of anti-aggro tools with things like Maelstrom Portal, the weapon itself, weapon clears with Acidic Swamp Ooze. So it fits very nicely into this meta that has a lot of Pirate Warriors and a lot of Rogue in particular is really taking over the ladder right now with some of that early game Pirate stuff, but still containing some of the miracle answers in the late game. So this deck has a lot of tools to answer that and just spins out of control when it comes to late game value because your Jade Golems keep getting bigger and bigger. You've got stuff like heals, you've got plenty of card draw. This deck can go toe-to-toe with basically anything in terms of value and has a great win condition, of course, with N'Zoth. I like this deck a lot. The first deck I really built and played in Gadget's Hand was my own Jade N'Zoth Shaman. You can see my list here. There's a lot of similarities. I went a little harder into the Death Rattle stuff and tried to do some gimmicks with Ancestral Spirit. This is not a deck list I refined very much, but you can see very many similarities. The reason I liked this list is because I think Jade Lightning and Jade Chieftain are both really fantastic cards, and this is one of the best ways to support them in a control Shaman setting, and N'Zoth just fits really nicely with what Shaman can do. So that's my list. It's okay, but I think Krip has made a much, much better list here, and that's certainly why I am putting it on the spotlight today. So that wraps up my short and sweet insights into what the deck is all about. So now what we should really do is just go ahead and take it out onto the ranked ladder, see it in action, see how well it performs, and see how much fun it is. And I think it's going to be a ton of fun. This is one of my favorite archetypes right now, just because of 2 cards, really. Jade Chieftain and Jade Lightning are really cool to me. They're my favorite Jade cards in the whole set. And historically, I haven't played a ton of Shaman. It's not been my favorite class. I wasn't really on the mid-range Shaman bandwagon. I don't like playing the most prominent popular decks all the time. So it's nice to finally get in there and take a shot with Shaman. It's interesting we're queued up against another Shaman. It's probably going to be more aggressive. Aggro Shaman is a pretty popular and prominent deck right now, as are most aggro decks. So we've got 2 Lightning Storms. That's not bad. That's an answer to a lot of Shaman minions. I'd like to see some more proactive early games. Mistress of Mixtures, Jade Claws. Those are really our best options. These 2 are a little tad slow. Takes a while for these to be worth it. You need to get a few earlier Jade Golems out if you can, or more reactive Jade Golems with things like Jade Lightning on 4. These to me always feel better in the late game. So right now it looks like Totem until we see our draw. It's a good start, obviously, for Shaman. He's thinking about coining out another one. So he probably has a second one. No choices here. That's not bad, theoretically, because it might allow us to trade up with a 2-hit Lightning Storm on a Tunnel Trog. He might also feel compelled to kill it, which could stall out his Tunnel Trog a little bit. We'll just see what he does. Yep. Fast start. We're going to go ahead and Lightning Storm. I think we're going to do exactly what I said. It's a little early, but we don't have anything else to do, and I don't want to take, if he pops a Jade Claws right now, this is 3, this is 2, this is 1, he summons another 1/1. This might also make him think we don't have any more AoE, so I think we can just go ahead and do it. Next turn's going to be weak because of our overload, but I just don't want that stuff to get out of hand, right? It's very scary. It's a pretty fast reaction, but again, I think it's worth it. Don't have an answer for that, do we? Well, we do, but it's a little off. We'll wait. This is still going to be good. It's just 7 damage to face. We can handle that. I'd like to get something to play with this, though. I don't want to just Totem on 5. Okay, it's not the worst. He's running out of cards already, so yeah, I can't wait. I can't keep taking 7. This has to get hexed. This is good. This is a good totem. Spell damage would have been decent too, but it would have been a pretty easy trade for him to make, I think. Looks like we're gonna Lightning Storm again. The fact that he didn't kill this is the right decision, but still relevant to us. Unfortunately, I can't guarantee a spell damage totem here. Brand is not worth it. It's the only other card I can play with Lightning Storm. So we just really want to hit the spell damage. We got a 1 in 3 chance. Nice. That is clutch, guys. That's so good. So he's out of gas. We are going to stabilize pretty easily at some point. We have a lot of taunts. We have some heals. That's a pretty weak turn, ultimately, for him. So let's just go ahead and draw with the Azure Drake. That's going to be a good card. He should kill this. He probably won't, but I think he should. We have too much spell damage out right now. Oh, he's going to trade here. Nice. I like that. That's good for us. That makes Maelstrom Portal still good, and he took some damage and it saved us some health, so I'm pretty happy about that. We'll go ahead and Jinzu Water Speaker this turn too, I think, just to prevent any kind of crazy plays from happening. But let's see what we get off here. Actually, I guess we'll just go ahead and Aya. We can heal next turn. With 2 cards, there's absolutely 0 risk. We're dead at 15 health, so it's even like Doomhammer Rockbiter is not going to kill us, so we have time to stabilize on a future turn. And this puts more damage on the board so that we can trade up, get more Jade Golem value quicker. So this is the right play. Right, well, that's a rather weak play. Let's draw a card first. I think we'll probably just Azure Drake and Jinzu Water Speaker. We'll make it look like we top decked it in case that tilts him any. Play the psychological game. And he probably does have Maelstrom Portal, maybe even Lightning Storm, so he might attempt to clear up this board, but we have some high health stuff. Even killing Aya gives us some minions back, so that's scary. We're at 21, thankfully. We do have some heal, but I'd like to see a taunt minion. Alternatively, we could just kill him, right? We have 9, 10, 14 damage, so it's only going to take 2 turns to kill him. That's something we probably have to deal with. We can double heal with Bran if I clear some minions off. Right now we don't actually have room for that. I have 6 minions out. I can kill this one. That'll give me room. So, okay. This should be fine. We'll trade here. We'll trade here, and we'll just go ahead and brand Jinzu to go to 29, and we'll hit him for 9, and this pretty much puts us out of reach. Brand is an interesting card in this list. I like it a lot. It not only works with things like this double heal, but it's good with Azure Drakes. It's good with all the Battle Cry Jade Golem cards, which is nice too. So you get 2 Jade Golems. Just not only is that sometimes 2 really big minions, but it also helps you accelerate your Jade Golems as well, which is always nice. So double Rockbiter even here is not enough to win the game. Oh, that's always the best Maelstrom Portal card to get, isn't it? That doesn't help much. I think he's just suiciding here. Yeah, so we stabilized nicely. Really cool. These heals helped. I mean, without those heals, there was a chance that we were dead to some kind of crazy burst, right? So those help. We didn't fall into any taunts, which would have been nice as well. But can't complain when you've got heals like that to help you stabilize. So yeah, that was great. That was fun. Like that's the kind of deck I like playing. We were sort of lucky with the double Lightning Storm. Like it looks lucky to him probably, but we also missed a lot of early game cards. So it's not like we were super lucky the entire time. We kind of looked lucky, but actually were somewhere in the middle. So as far as the mulligan's concerned, I'm looking for early stuff. These 2 are pretty good. Sitting on his mulligan a little while. This is Mage, so I really don't know what we're in store for. Probably some sort of Tempo Mage, and that certainly confirms it, or at least heavily reinforces that suggestion. We could have coined out like a 3-2 here to threaten this more directly, because this minion doesn't really do a lot. But I assume it's going to die to Arcane Blast or Arcane Missiles or something anyway. So I'm not... It wouldn't have, I suppose, but I'm not feeling a lot of urgency in that regard. I guess we'll do it now, since it's on curve at this point. It still is very likely to die. Frostbolt, Torch, Ping Trade would be nice, but yeah, there's the Torch. So we're gonna coin the Jade Lightning to kill this. So I was never really that concerned. Don't have a great turn 4. We've got something to do, but it's not incredibly compelling. Okay, that always makes me nervous. Some good babbling books out there. That's not worth it. I think we'll just go the safe route here. Save this for a higher value target. Might need to kill Flame Waker, another Mana Worm. So got a good 5-6. We're not in a bad spot. Just need to make sure we don't fall behind at any point. He's having some slow turns. He's probably building up resources for a nice Flame Waker turn. Azure Drake feels good on 5, pretty much always though, so I'm happy. This is really good with spell damage. It's a good card anyway, but really good when it hits for 5. Like, he could play Thaurissan here and we'll just kill it. Set its Torch Ping. We might Jade Golem this, or Jade Lightning this. I think Aya feels better, though, just because she's annoying to deal with. And it makes this good, and this good, too. Kill a 5-3, get a 3-3 back. That's annoying, to say the least. I'd like to save this potentially as a one-turn combo. I don't know that he has a lot of 5 health targets, but it's possible there's an Emperor or various other things. He's used a lot of burn on us already. Well, not a lot, but a fair amount of burn on us. Lightning Storm would be good. We don't have a good way to get through that junk. That ping is intriguing. What does that signal? Blizzard? Right on time. We could try to roll for spell damage to get the clean kill, but I think we can trade this 2-guy in anyway. So I want to play the Jade Spirit. We might get the good roll too, so there's always that. We didn't ever get the good roll. All 4 were 2s. Not that it mattered, but still. That's a little sad. This is a little bit Flame Strike bait, I think. I wouldn't mind that if that's the card he's running. He signaled Blizzard here. Blizzard wouldn't be that problematic. I have a great answer for Flame Waker. We're in a good spot. Really, really good spot. We're 25-2, so I don't feel scared about burst damage or anything. Although maybe I should. He's pinging and torching face. Ooh. I'd like to see a healer. Give me that Hosen. Let's just draw a card and go face, right? We can actually race a little bit with Jade Lightning. And a lot of onboard damage. I don't think we're dead, but I'm a little scared. Flame Strike's bad, but not... Well, he didn't really need the... Didn't really need the spell damage, but whatever. We'll just reload. We've got a big N'Zoth coming. And a wide board anyway, frankly. I'm just glad we're not dead. It's really the biggest concern at this point. That's a great target for this. So is that. He gets some big rolls here. The more that go face, the better, I think. Although, it makes me a little nervous that I'll be dead. This is another good Lightning Storm, too. Oh, those last 2 were brutal. I think we Lightning Storm, Jade Lightning. We could N'Zoth, but it just puts us at risk of dying a little bit because he's got some pretty valuable stuff on board. So I think we'll just clean up with Jade Claws, Lightning Storm, and Jade Lightning. We have enough mana for all of that. So let's see how these roll. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. We're gonna Jade Claws this and Lightning Storm this anyway. Or I mean Jade Lightning this. This reduces the amount of damage we take to face. And look at this. It's so good how big these minions are. So we're dead to double Fireball, unfortunately. We have a heal, but this turn is really the one turn we could just be dead. Rag won't kill us, so we have a good answer to Rag. We also are real close to lethal if Rag hits face. That's 11-13, so we don't have lethal yet. Thankfully, we have just enough mana for this play. So we're okay. He's got to answer this stuff or he's dead. So there's a chance he kills me again, but we did everything we could, so gotta just play around that. Rag hit face. What can you do? I think that means we're out of lethal range. I don't think he can get to 10 now. I don't think he has any Roaring Torches left, so I don't think there's enough mana to get to 10 damage. There's definitely not now, and he doesn't have enough to answer us either, so I think this is just a win. This is just over. Ice Block, I guess, saves him a little, but... yeah, not enough. The Hosen Healer, twice in a row, saved the day. That is awesome. That's really, really, really good. Wow. Win streak is carrying me up, boys. We got a good little streak going. I am enjoying the Jade N'Zoth Shaman by Krip quite a bit so far. I don't see any reason to stop now, so let's go ahead and jump back in, and maybe we'll get some more wins. I mean... streaking up to 5 is always the best. I really like when you're, though, we're not there right now, but when you're on that final star of 6 and you win streak up to 5, you basically get a free win in 5 because you don't get win streaks once you hit 5. So if you can carry that win streak into 5, it can help a lot, which is always nice. So this is Druid. Probably looks like Jade Golem Druid, which means... we need to win the game because they will eventually outvalue us on Jade Golems. We just can't go toe-to-toe with them forever, so we need to apply some pressure. Could be a faster Egg Druid or something too, so this is a great answer to that. Living Roots doesn't settle that, but it does point a little bit more towards an early start, especially since he used it so quickly. He might just be scared that we're pirates, though, and wanted to get a fast start out against pirates, which clearly makes sense. That's a great decision if that's the case. We're not pirates, though, which is going to be obvious when he sees Mistress of Mixtures. Not a pirate card. So I think we'll just go ahead and play the Ooze on curve here. It does challenge the board nicely, and it may force him to hero power again on 3, which is always bad. It could avoid like a Jade Blossom or something, or an Innervate Azure Drake, you never know. Oh, it is Egg Druid! Cool! So we've got great answers for that already with Lightning Storm. And we've gotten him off to a rather slow start as well. I think we're going to go ahead and coin this out. I wish we had a more organic curve. This is going to throw our curve off a little bit, but it's just important that we're able to get minions. Putting a one-attack guy out there against Dragon Egg isn't my favorite play, because if he's able to buff this at all, he gets a pretty good trade. But I just want to make sure we get out on the board, because we do have Lightning Storm to clean up. So if he goes wide this turn, and he might because he has 5 cards, he might play like 3 1-drops and a Mark of the Lotus or something, although he's not. So that gives us an opportunity to kill this pretty cleanly, although we could also just wait until he buffs it, kind of force his hand there. Actually, with Maelstrom Portal, we'll just go ahead and make the trade. It's just a good opportunity. Maelstrom Portal is really good against this deck, more than just this turn, but it gives me some initiative on the board with a minion, and we still have that Lightning Storm, right? So there's still a good cleanup for us. So I don't have to save that Maelstrom Portal as my only resource, as if I were something like an aggro deck or even a mid-range deck that was more reliant on Maelstrom Portal to serve as our only AoE clear. We got a nice 5-6. We got answers for both big stuff and little stuff, although he's going to be all little stuff. He is he's saving up his resources. He's looking for like one big turn. Oh, he's got like token Violet Teachers too. Weird. That is not something you normally see in a Egg Druid, but I like it. It's cool. Okay. It's 2 big things to kill. A lot of minions. We might just go ahead and Lightning Storm this. He's kind of out of stuff. It's going to be a full clear no matter what. Hopefully this hits a 4. Because that would help me save this Jade Spirit. Otherwise I might have to kill everything. We could try to Azure Drake and cheese this a little bit, like just kill this, leave the Violet Teacher out, but I think that's too big of a risk. He's down to 3 cards. He's already used probably what is most of his card draw. So let's just hope this rolls a 4. Nice, that's really, really important. And we'll get a nice little totem out too. We didn't need to totem first because we already had the spell damage, right? It didn't really matter. So we're in a decent spot again. We're overloaded in an awkward amount, so we might Hex if he plays like another Violet Teacher. Or something that looks hexable. Or hopefully we'll just draw into something that's playable too. Another Jade Spirit would be fine. Something 4 or less mana. Jade Lightning might be good. You can't really decide. I think we've basically ruined his plans twice in a row. So, feel kind of bad for him, but that's life. That's not going to do the trick very well. It's a very slow play. He might be setting up another mark, but he'd do it now. I don't know. Probably just doesn't have a lot to do. Probably has some buff cards in hand, just not enough proactive stuff. So unfortunately, that's a completely dead draw for us right now. It's really sad. Anything that we could have got out on the board would have been better. The overload punished us pretty heavy. Jade Chieftain is an on-curve play next turn, but I think I'd rather play Aya first. We don't need a taunt. I'd rather the taunt minion that comes out be substantially larger. So, hopefully this guy runs like Ancient of War for some reason and we can just hex it. Even that, though, we still don't have a good 4-mana play to fill out our curve. So, looks like Azure Drake Totem is probably going to be the play next turn. Weird. This is an interesting deck. It's not egg at all. It's like just token is what I'd call it. It had some eggs, but that's really not the primary game plan, it looks like. This is better than Totem, so depending on what we draw, we'll just go ahead and loot order. This is a great swipe target. He just used swipe, so maybe he won't have another swipe. That's worth hexing, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's going to have any larger targets in his deck. Did he Wrath on this? He should have Wrath Seer and traded, I think. That's what I would have done. He might have another one. No, Power of the Wild. Okay. Oh, he's going to trade with Power of the Wild, of course, yeah. So yeah, I think we'll just Hex the Teacher. It's a pretty big minion at this point, and we'll probably just play these two guys. We can't, unfortunately, Hex and Aya, but we just need to Hex that. Like, it's just... It's too annoying. I guess I'll save this just in case we hit Maelstrom Portal or Lightning Storm, because it might actually be very, very relevant, and it's not much better than a totem because it doesn't trade into the 2/2, so we'll just use this as a potential resource gain. I don't love... That's another Hex target, actually. He's got a good set of trades here. But not a lot of damage coming out, so once we Hex this, we can also play Aya. We're in a good spot. Good heal. We're looking good. He's out of gas, basically, at this point, after the second Hex here. And our N'Zoth right now is not amazing, but it's probably good enough against this deck, particularly with Aya out there. We've had a Loot Hoarder, we've had a Mistress of Mixtures. Like, it's just going to be some minions, right? And I think that'll be enough, because he's going to be low on removal. We've already seen the Wrath in the swipe. I think he's going to have trouble clearing this stuff. Unfortunately, the Frogs are pretty good for him. With Mark of Yasharaj, they're beasts, and they do just absorb buffs, so bodies are good in this kind of deck, and we haven't been able to clear them very effectively, so... Oh, he might be going face! They're also Savage War targets, so there's that. We're going to have trouble clearing this. We might be in a little bit of trouble. We can taunt up a fair amount. We can also heal, too, which is nice. Oh, that's such a good draw, because now we can heal and clear. Oh, that's such a good draw. Taunt Totem would also probably be a welcome sight. Oh, nice. Cool. That just slows him down a little more. So, good draw. Good round of plays there. Can't complain at all. We're in a great spot. I wish we had a taunt on N'Zoth, because playing N'Zoth on this deck's a little risky if you don't have a taunt. It means your opponent might just be able to run over you and hit you in the face. Oh, cool. He's going for the value instead of the charge. I'm surprised by that. I think he'd want to put me to 6 and hope he can like top deck a swipe to win the game or something. Yeah, so this is why we saved Blood Mage. Oh, cool. If I play this, my board's a little low. I might want to play Jade Chieftain next turn, so I don't even know if I want a Totemic Call. I guess I will, because he's probably going to hit this with his face. That's not really helpful. Taunt Totem would have been the only thing I actually wanted. That might be a mistake. But I think we're okay either way. I just need to be able to kill this eventually. Well, might have goofed. Might have goofed. Because now I wish I could get a taunt out. Yeah, we'll roll this. It might be a taunt totem. I think we're going to win the game anyway next turn because we have so much damage on the board. So we had a 1 and 3 to roll the taunt. So we either win the game on these minions, these 3 minions, or he clears them and we have room to play stuff. So either way, we gain an advantage. Yeah, so that's just lethal. Cool. Yeah, man, we are cleaning up. We are cleaning up with this deck. Whoa, what? What? Okay. give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so as you can see, with that pulled us up to rank 5. Nice, really nice little deck. That was actually going to be my last game, so sorry about the little juggle there with the disconnect, but I like this deck a lot. This is really cool. Of course, Kripparrian is a fantastic content creator, really, really good Hearthstone player. He's known mostly for Arena, but people underestimate just his overall game knowledge and understanding of how Hearthstone works. And he's put together a nice little list here that fits my playstyle perfectly and seems to be very, very competitive against a variety of different decks. So I like this a lot. I think I might keep laddering with this. It's not exactly something people expect to see, and has a lot of good matchups, I think, too. So if you're wanting to play Jade Shaman at all, take this list from Krip. Give it a go. I think you're going to see some success, much like I have, and you're going to have fun playing it as well. So if you have any thoughts or comments, you know where to leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to read and respond as much as I can. Thank you for watching, and until next time, game on.